One, two, one, two, three.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Still Not Over It. I'm here with my co-host CM. I'm Hot Mama, and I'm sure as hell not over it.
Today we're not over. Today we're not over Tall Girl. So we decided this needed its own segment because it really baffles. It really baffled us from beginning to end. Conception, how it got approved, how it got made. Thinking about all those films that are brilliant that don't get made, and this film, which if it cost more than $10, it was too much. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I guess we'll get into it.
It's just kind of like we were thinking about
We were thinking about if she was actually tall. Okay,
right.
I think.
In terms of sorry, no, go
Oh,
ahead.
should we quickly go over the plot of the movie
Oh yeah, no, of course.
as best as we can?
Best we can. It's
So
honestly it's kind of crazy.
Tall Girl follows this girl named Jody, who you would think would be insanely tall given the title, but I regret to inform you she's 6'1". So, I can think of 3 women I know personally taller than that. I got a cousin who's 6'3". I got a dear friend named Tasha. Shout out Tasha, who's 6'3". And is their whole personality in life revolve around that height? Absolutely not. Okay. However, this girl, Jody, her life from conception, really, her dad is like, what do you mean she's going to be tall? And you would think, oh, he's worried she's going to be 6'8". Maybe that'll come with health problems for her. Maybe it's a pituitary gland issue. Who's to say? Right? They worry. The worry is because she's going to be 6'1". 6'1". Okay. Not only is that only slightly above. What do you think? Well, I personally think if you're going to have a whole movie about being tall, you should do at least, for a girl, at least six. I want to say 6'5". Okay, because 6'5", I'm like, all right, she's probably really good at volleyball. She is pretty tall. She is pretty tall, but as long as you're proportional, like I don't see maybe even 6'8", dare I say. That's really tall for a woman.
I want to see suffering, frankly.
I want to see if she had health problems due to the height. Then I'd be like, okay, I get why this movie's about her pituitary gland issue, her being legally a giant,
And
the
the
issues that
dad
come with
brings
it.
up that he has health, but he's always like, what if her organs explode?
Yeah, Um. Anyways, so it follows this girl Jody who struggles with her self-esteem because she's 6'1". I personally,
the worst thing that could happen to
I
a
personally
teenage girl.
am 5'9.5". Some people might say I'm 5'10".
Freak.
So if I went on a 3-inch hill, I would be able to have my own film. Okay, I could have a movie in a Kitten Hill. And
Pass.
unbeknownst to me, maybe I would have worn a little Kitten Hill, would have loved the attention of a film. I think that it's crazy that she's not taller. And I'll stop talking about it now, but I just don't think 6'1" is tall. I don't think 6'1" is that tall for a man. I don't think it's that tall for a woman. I think it's all right, you're tall, but it's not going to be the focus of your life if you're 6'1". I would love to have someone who is 6'1" on the pod talk about being 6'1". They'd probably be like, what do you want me to say? There's not much to say about it. Anyway, so she has a bad self-esteem because she's so tall. People are always asking her, hey, what's the weather like up there? You think these people had never seen anyone over 5'8". The way they act at this school, you'd think they'd never seen a single person over 5'8". Like 9 people in a row asked her what the weather's like. What's the weather like up there? She's like, first of all, it's not that far up there. Okay? She's 6'1". It's not that far up there. Anyways, bizarre. Just really bizarre. We will say she has huge feet. Okay, she has huge feet. She's a men's 13. That's big.
Crazy.
That it should have been called tall.
Can't find anything.
It should have been called. It should have been called Bigfoot. Okay, that would have been more engaging because that's a little weird. It's a little weird. Okay. That being said, if you got a Bigfoot, I got a Bigfoot. Women's 10, 11. That's a big foot. Okay, but is it big enough to have a whole movie about it? Again, I say no. And so I do think that is funny that is her source of discomfort. as someone who is Black and grew up in a predominantly white area and went to a predominantly white school, I promise you I felt weirder than this traditionally attractive white woman whose weird thing about her is that she's 6'1". Okay? If this was reality, all she would be is captain of the volleyball team. Perhaps a center in basketball, you know? Maybe she'd be really good at pitching in softball, you know? You know what I'm saying? I gotta stop, but I like unbelievable to me. Okay, so she has a bad self-esteem because she's so tall. Ruins her self-esteem despite being a traditionally attractive blonde white woman in America.
Is
Her
she nice though?
self-esteem, maybe the issue is that she has no discernible personality other than being tall.
And
That could have
being
been her.
bullied.
Yeah,
She's
she
just such a
has.
victim.
I know how I already made it about myself, but I will say that, man, I think I've said all. I guess I really hated this movie.
Well, also, her family is not, I will say, I know that they were trying to make it like it's supposed to be a comedy, like it's supposed to be like funny. And her parents, like, I think they do, it has like a little too much of the Disney effect where the parents are like goofy idiots in the sense that they're like the dad is like, he treats his daughter like a freak in like an unbelievable way.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
like
really not her problem. It's the everyone around her problem.
Right. Like she comes home towards the end of the movie, she's dealing with like boy drama and you know, because there's never any boys in school who are tall enough for her and there's this transfer student from
Sweden.
he's Swedish. His name's Stig, which I think is very funny because he's tall like a twig. Um and so I'm
Stig.
like Stig the twig. Um and he's very handsome and smart, and so it's not just that he's tall, it's that he's tall and he would be a good choice for her in her mind. So she's really smitten with this guy and things are working and they're not, and it's up and down. And she gets home and her father, who in the beginning of the movie is joking about her organs expanding so much that they just pop, has
He's
organized,
willing to render her infertile for the rest of her life so she stops growing.
yeah,
Crazy.
giving her hormones so that she stops growing tall. And it's like, dude, what do you care? Like, what?
You'd think she's gonna be 7'3", like that one guy in the NBA, Victor Wambabanga.
That's incredible that you know that.
I think that's we're gonna I not something like that.
The
When
many sides of CM.
let me find out his real name before I get canceled.
Amazing. While you're doing that, it's like a meeting of the tall people club in the
I
living
just
room.
looked up what's the tall guy in the NBA, as if not every single
As if
man, as if
did
not
Google
every
respond back? Yeah, that narrows it down.
they. His name is
In
Victor
one.
Wembanyama. Okay, I wasn't that off. Victor
That's
Wembanyama.
crazy.
He is 7'3". However, he's not even the tallest man in the NBA. The tallest man is Zach Edey, who is 7'4". Okay, that is
And
how
there's no
tall.
movie called
That
Tall
is
Guy.
that is how tall they act like she is.
That's
You'd
how
think she
tall
was
you need to
seven
be
foot
to have a
four,
movie.
right?
Yeah.
I want to
You need
see
to
a
be
movie
seven
about.
four.
I want to see a movie about Victor. You can call it Tall Guy, and I will be like,
I
yes,
want to hear about that. I want to know
yes.
about door
Okay,
frames and
you're
showers
you're
and
over 7 feet
problems.
tall. If you're over 7 feet tall, it's your life is
How is
so
the weather up
inconvenient.
there? Yeah. What is it like
Exactly.
to get
And
clothes? You know what
you
I
know
mean?
what?
You need
I do need
custom.
an elevator. I do need an elevator to the top.
Yeah. Like,
That's
what
what I want to
is it? Like,
see.
yeah. Like, I bet stuff is
That
different.
they're asking what the weather's like out of genuine curiosity at that point. Okay,
Actually,
it's just
I bet like it rains and you gotta let us know down here. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like us
They
little
gotta
people,
if you gotta be
you
like this
gotta look
dude.
down on us.
If you're like this 1'6'8" dude I know, no names will be dropped, and you gotta do a little duck down to hear people because you're so fucking tall. Then I'll be like, yeah, okay. That's how tall you have to be for your tallness to be a point of conversation. You got to be like
If
that
you're
big
six
dude,
one, like dude, so were half the girls on my basketball team in high school.
right?
Like,
If I got a random cousin taller than you, I don't know why you got, it needs to be weird. It needs to be to the point that you're like, all right, you know how tall you have to be. You have to startle people when you stand up. If
Exactly.
you make people visibly have a little startle when you stand up, then you're tall. If no one
Exactly.
reacts, if no one blinks twice,
Yep. You're not that
you know
tall.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
want to see I need the height to be startling. Okay, I want to be
Exactly.
startled. All right?
You know how I know that I'm not tall? People don't react when I stand up. You know how I know I have big ass feet? When I say how big my feet are, people go, "Oh my god, that's your shoe size?"
You know how big
Every
my feet is?
time.
My feet are so big, you can't find that shit in a store. You got to
Because
order
of
it.
because of the economy, I don't go bowling anymore, but back when I did, I used to whisper
That
it to
shit
the
is
guy at the counter.
My
True
feet are so
story.
fucking big. I used to worry that if I ever dated a guy, my feet would be bigger than his. Okay? That was a constant worry. My feet are so big, they're almost as big as my dad's. My dad,
No,
6'2".
they're not. Hey,
Big
there are
feet.
advantages
You
to
ever seen
that.
you know the Nesquik buddy? That's like, it's sweet, it's thin,
Not
you
the
tuck 'em
Nesquik
in and you can't.
bunny.
That's how big those fucking feet are. Okay? Flip birds, bitch. So, so big and flat that you're swimming faster than the competition,
They
okay?
don't even make shoes big enough for the Nesquik bunny, dude.
Period, okay? That bunny, I need them feet to be of bunny proportion.
Oh my god,
Bunny,
that's
big old
crazy.
bunny feet. Flippers,
I'm trying to
okay?
see Bunny Feet and it's your movie. I would pay to see that. And it's just like
I'd
you
be so
shopping for shoes, trying to
flapping
custom
around.
order. Like,
So
that would be
this is how tall you
incredible.
have to be. When without
Truly.
mentioning any 6'8" people I know by name, 6'9" on a good day. You
Jesus.
gotta be so big that when you shower, you're like this. I want to see a bent bucket, like the bent neck lady in that one show. That's
No,
how fucking tall
truly.
you gotta be. You gotta be so big that you hit your head on something at least once a day. One hit a day. Okay? I need you to be concussed. You're so tall.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay?
Hmm.
That's all I'm
Absolutely.
saying.
Absolutely.
I've seen some tall people in my life. Believe it.
Mm.
I've seen some tall. My cousin Brennan, 6'7", so tall that when he went on the cheetah chase at Busch Gardens, they were like, "We don't know if you're gonna fit." That's how tall you need to be to have a show like
They
this.
said, dang.
They said, "I don't know if you can ride the cheetah chase because you're so fucking tall." That's how tall I need you to be to have a whole movie about it.
I don't think this girl's tall enough for that.
She's 6'1", and I wouldn't be startled. I wouldn't look twice. I wouldn't
No.
talk about it. I need to be so tall that people call their friends and are like, "You're not gonna believe how fucking huge the person I saw is today." You
I
know?
need people to be surreptitiously trying to take video of you next and the person.
I
And
need
so
people fucking hiding the camera, trying to peep. That's how big you gotta be.
and so you have to wonder, the choice to a tall girl next to a tall guy, whatever. A tall girl next to her shrimp ass man. I'm taking a video of that and I'm sending it to everybody on my Snapchat if it's 2019 when this came out. And so, no spoilers,
I
but
need
she
you to
does
be
end
so
up with
tall.
Shrimp McGee.
I need
So
you to be
maybe
so
that's
tall.
why.
I need you to be so tall that when you walk past a group of black people, they go, "Damn!" That's how tall I need you to. Okay, that's how tall I need you to be. If you're not that tall, you don't need a movie.
That's so funny.
Okay.
The way I would take that is like, oh my gosh, is it because I'm pretty? And it's like, no, girl,
Mm-mm.
that's not why.
Gotta have damn, damn. That's how tall you need to be.
Are you
Damn
thinking
tall.
about something else?
Damn.
You
I need
shrimp
you to
ass
be.
man.
The Lakers need a center tall. Okay,
That's crazy.
for a whole movie, you better be
Phew.
6'1".
And do you
I
know what else? She has like, oh, for some reason, Sabrina Carpenter is her sister, which is like her sister's
makes
like
no makes no
four
sense.
eleven.
Genetically makes no sense. I've
Like,
never seen that before. I've never
shout out
seen.
to casting. All the teachers are like below
Maybe that's
average.
to
Everybody
emphasize.
else in the movie below average height, clearly.
Maybe if her
Like,
parents were little people. If her
yeah,
parents were little
maybe.
people and she was 6'1", then you'd be like, okay,
But
this is
why
weird.
would her sister be like
How
four
tall is
left?
Sabrina Carpenter? I've seen her live
She's
and she looked knee high to a
You've seen
bullfrog.
her live? No way.
Yeah, I saw her live
I
with.
love Sabrina Carpenter, dude. That's
I saw
crazy.
her live. God, at Union Stage in DC, probably like 2 years ago, maybe a
No
little more than 2 years
way.
ago.
That's so cool.
The Sweetheart Tour,
Was
I
it
think.
amazing?
Yeah,
Oh
it's
man,
good.
that's so cool. Then I guess you probably haven't heard much of Taste, but she's like 4'11" without shoes, but like
And I was all the way in the back. She looked about, yeah, about an inch tall to me. Like,
yeah, she's like 5 feet. To be exact. Dun 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 dun.
so yeah, if they're
You're wondering
these
why
guys
half is
deserve a
cold this way.
movie. Zach
Missing
Eddy, if you're out there,
my
what is the
body.
weather like? You know,
No, truly,
I gotta see this.
exactly.
I gotta see this dude. Hold on, I gotta look him up.
He
Zach
better
Eddy.
be cute. He won't be cute.
Oh, give him a break.
No, he's
He
probably
has
cute.
he has hard enough up there.
No, exactly.
Let's see.
He's
Oh,
living in a different we're on different planets.
bro, that's got to be a pituitary gland issue. It's got to be, right?
I'm just jealous.
That's crazy. I wonder what he's like. I wonder if his voice is really deep. He said he was 6'10" in 8th grade.
Oh my
I got
god.
banned from trick or treating when I was in 4th grade. See
You know what
that?
though?
That's the type of shit that warrants a show.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's like heartbreaking. But like, also, wouldn't you be like, why is this like adult man doing?
I'm not gonna lie. 6'8" trick or treater comes up to me. I'm gonna be asking some questions.
I'm gonna be like, hey, why is this like 6'2" 8-year old here? Like, where's your dad? And even if your dad is there, I'm gonna be like, why is this one so big? Actually, that would just scare the crap out of me, frankly, no matter what.
Yeah,
Because like when things are different, we get scared because we're all ignorant sheep.
I. All right. Oh, and so the main issue that she has is that she likes this tall guy from Sweden, but not her childhood, her like best friend is this short little guy who likes her. And so the drama of the film, if you will, is her liking a short man. That is the drama. Okay?
Because she always thought she would be with like a tall man.
A
Like
Victor Wama,
literally,
Victor Wam. I'm not gonna. I mess up his name again. A Victor W.
I
A
can
Victor.
literally hear the writers in the writer room being like, you know
God, what
what? Why
they were like? Wait. What's the
why does
worst?
why does the conflict have to be something complicated? Why can't it just be she thought she'd be with someone tall and a short guy likes her?
They were like, "What's the worst thing that could happen to a tall bitch?" And they're like, "A little guy liking her. That's the
What's
worst
the
thing that can
worst?
happen."
What's the worst thing that could happen to a teenage girl? A short man liking her.
A short king. All right, suits her
A
fancy.
gentleman, an absolute fucking a guy who doesn't carry a backpack, but his
Her
books
biggest,
in a milk crate.
which comes into play later because he uses
Oh,
that milk.
Captain, my captain,
He uses that milk crate. That sounds crazy, but yeah,
to
to
kiss
get
her.
up there. Yep. All he needed
Which
was a
means
leg
he's
up.
like a full foot shorter than her.
It happens.
Which is
I'd
crazy.
say a foot, in my humble opinion, I'd say a foot height difference could be ideal. Either way, you know,
You know,
could be ideal. Something to think about.
love closes many gaps.
If you love them enough, you'll lean down. Okay, lean
Period.
on down.
Period. People have made lots of other kinds of things work. Why not that? And so in the end of the movie, they are still together. The Swedish guy. And then he's like, I don't want to be with you. And she's like, heard. And then she
Turns
like
out he
tells,
liked her because she didn't have any confidence. That's my theory.
yeah,
Because he starts liking her when she's, hunched over, depressed about being a fucking giantess, and
understandable.
understandable 6'1". Who could surmount that, you know? Too much.
Sisyphus and the boulder.
Her and being 6'1". Okay, she wakes up every day. She wakes up. She's still 6'1".
Being 6'1". When you only have one life and you have to be 6'1".
God, I can't think of anything worse.
No, me
Man, I
neither.
couldn't think of anything worse. Never mind the fact that she's able-bodied,
Conventionally attractive,
conventionally
like
attractive, white in this
white,
society.
blonde. Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
the struggle. She's on the struggle bus.
Looks like she goes to a good school, like
Yeah, it's a shame that people over 6 feet don't have rights. You know?
I agree. It's a shame that we repealed them in 2004.
You know? If only she had civil rights. But unfortunately, there's a quota in women over 6 feet.
After the 2004 6-1 reaping, they lost their ability to like vote, be
Mm-hmm.
educated, think for themselves,
Mm-hmm.
retain property.
Things really rolled back. She can't even vote because you can't be
Shit in
taller.
public.
You can't be taller than 6 feet if you want to vote. I don't make the rules, you know?
No, we were children when this repeal happened.
And I'm so sorry, you know?
I
I'm
know.
so
We think
sorry.
it's vicious.
I'm with
Awful.
her. I'm with her in solidarity. I
I
am.
agree.
Mm-hmm.
We're not 6'1".
Mm-mm. But I empathize. Okay?
But I can imagine thanks to this movie. Art
And
matters.
apparently, according to the movie, it's really fucking hard. Okay?
It seems fucking awful. I want to attend a meeting
You
of the
have
Tall
one.
People Club as an ally.
You spend what you have one life and you have to spend it at 6'1". God.
I think that's actually how we got on this movie. Is that Netflix
How
trope
did we
of like
how did we get on this movie?
hold that pose, Noah Centineo being like, and then the girl gets out from under the car. Same thing of like tall girl. She's about to, and then he has to like put down the milk crate and then get up on it and kiss her. And it's like, that's just so like inorganic and like,
It's so hard.
yeah, it's like,
No flow. Really,
no.
I think the main issue and
Like,
what
why wouldn't
really
she just lean down? Like, why would you
I
make
think
him put down a milk crate and step on it? Like, is it such a pain in the ass for you to like
they're treating her like
lean
a
your fucking
they're
giraffe
treating her,
neck
I'm gonna be
down?
real.
Like,
They're treating her like a horse. Like
honestly, like, and they're
instead,
treating him like a leper for being like 5'7".
they're like, here's your step up, little lad.
Yeah, like he's not like a leprechaun. You know what I mean? Like, it's 6 inches, people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like
They're
it's
like,
not
damn,
that
good luck
deep.
hiking Everest.
Honestly, they're like, enjoy your long distance relationship. Like, it's not that serious.
God, it was. I just can't believe it got
And
made.
then it got a sequel.
I was gonna say twice. Someone was like,
that's crazy.
and in the sequel, like, what she learns to like wearing heels.
Yeah, like what I'm sure they break up over like
The height
you know what I mean?
difference.
Like,
It's
yeah,
insurmountable.
absolutely, absolutely. Like, what was the foundation of their relationship? He was like, "Hey, she has no personality," and he was
He was
like,
like,
"I
maybe
like you anyway."
he was like, maybe I don't like the weather up here. You know?
Yeah, she's like bullied so for. It's like I hate when movies do this. They like really
I hate when shit that wouldn't happen in real life happens.
when they just
And like,
everyone's
I mean,
so
unless we're wrong and there's
vicious to a student for no
unless
reason.
we're
It's
wrong and
like
there's some epidemic of women over 6 feet being relentlessly bullied for their height, and we don't know about
we've
it.
been students. Like kids can be mean, but like we're not like kids don't. I guess we're not kids anymore. Kids don't often relentlessly bully one random kid for no reason. You know what I mean? Like
Did she play a sport, and if so, why not?
truly.
Now this is fucked up for me to say because I will say, as someone who's 5'10" I did get pissed off every time.
Shame.
I will say, as a little girl, they'd be like, "Oh my god, you're so tall. Why aren't you?" And I'd be like, "Oh my god, they're gonna say model. They're gonna say model." And then they would be like,
Volleyball,
"The W." And I'd be like,
discus, basketball, And you were
Yeah,
like, I
crew.
have the.
They were like, get those wide ass
Okay, are
shoulders.
you kidding me? You're way too beautiful for crew.
There's some beautiful rowers.
Okay, redacted. I like that.
We gotta cut this part out. Who knows if we have a
like-
huge rowing community here?
It's like you know who. You know what I mean? Like, okay, rowers are beautiful. It could mess up your back. Like, you don't need that. You know
I don't
what I
want
mean?
to do anything that used to be slave labor. Okay? With love.
Yeah.
Um,
Or whatever.
I just
I just like. Yeah, it's just like honestly.
and you
I've
know
heard-
what? I was good at swimming. Kind of.
Absolutely. It's those
There's so many
the
things
laps that you did do were amazing.
No, that's a lie. I wasn't good at swimming.
No, you were a good swimmer.
I could hit a backstroke. You know,
Absolutely.
I just think that like
And a
her
freestyle.
her height simply she could have swam, she could have played volleyball, she could have played
She was too busy playing the victim.
and with that, that's a wrap. Because now I can get over it because you're right. That was her main problem.
But,
She
like,
better
the
get
problem
taller
is-
in the next movie. She better have a grow. She better still be growing. Okay.
Like, is there another tall bitch and it's like two tall girls and tall girl two? Like,
and they have to fight like giraffes with their
they
heads.
better. Like, does her short boyfriend find another tall girl to obsess over? Is that his kink? Like,
Tall girl fetish.
tall girl two, fight to the death. Tall girl two, leg transplant where she's no longer tall.
She gets her knees fixed to make her shorter. Speaking of, have you ever seen those men that like get
100%.
They
and
like
it's for like 4 inches.
It's so scary. They like break their legs.
They have to.
They
relearn how to
literally
walk.
they themselves in order to be able to be taller. It's
Do you know what though?
crazy.
Sometimes they go from like. You know what? I don't think I could. If you're going from like
They're like
five,
they go
5'2" to like 5'6", like you know what I mean? Like I don't really. I don't really know to do something like.
listen, we love a short king here. We're just
Like how is that gonna change your life? It's like 30K for the surgery. And like no one is gonna go out with you in 5'6". So then you have to do it again.
and I'm gonna be real. Even 5'6" to 5'9" is not gonna make that much of a difference as a man.
No.
Like if she didn't love you at 5'6", she's not gonna love you at your 5'8.5".
Oh, that's so funny. But if you're like 5'8", stay in line. Do not get out of line. Because those 4 inches.
Those are gonna change your life. Okay, in that case, lock in. Because the difference between a 5'8" man and a 6'1" man is so many different things.
Ignore everything we've said. About 6'1" not being tall. If you're a man.
Woo! My face. So to the men who do decide to go for that leg extension, first of all, that shit should be illegal.
Yeah,
You shouldn't
we
get to
also
break.
we're not
you shouldn't get
sponsored
to
by
be-
that surgery in case that's obvious. Also, we're open to that.
Oh man.
Sorry, you were saying.
That don't give up on love. Don't give me a higher love. Don't give up on love just because of your height, and just be kind and respectful, and I'm sure you'll find the one. So with that, gotta apologize for any offensive comments about height And that's really it for me. Passing it back over to Shelby.
My name is Hot Mama, and yeah, I guess I'll just wrap up by saying that I really enjoyed.
Millions of men every year get married who are under 6'1". So just remember that.
Yeah,
And
most.
I'm sure plenty under 5'9" too.
And you know what? I'm pretty sure that um, Married at First Sight is still taking applications. 90-Day Fiance, many other mail order bride, such dating show application situations where y'all don't see each other until the day of. You know
They
what?
will be. But if you want to permanently disable yourself in order to be
What's knowing how to walk when you can be 6'1"?
exactly, no one cares how fast you can walk if you're
What's
under
what's
5'9".
teaching your kids how to ride a bike when you're fucking 6? What's walking your daughter down the aisle when you're goddamn 6'1"?
Mhm. You can't vote, but you're tall.
What's holding your dick while you pee when you?
Let that thing just swang.
I'll have my woman hold it for me.
Yeah, all the bitches you'll be getting at your height
Because
now that
I'm
you're tall.
6'1" and not able to walk, but that's besides the point. So we need to stand up for ourselves.
Gonna stand up, take my people with me. Yep. Period. Tall rights now. And guess what? Guess who got a sequel?
Who?
Tall Girl. And guess
Oh,
what? I'm still not over. Tall Girl 2.
that's
The
cracked.
squeakquel.
That's crazy.
um Apparently the first Tall Girl was wildly popular. People loved it. Didn't know that. Didn't
Show
know
us the
that.
numbers. Show us the numbers.
Yeah, because you can't. I wish you could see, like, because you can't see box office. I wonder what the Tall Girl's budget was. It didn't give low budget.
$9.
You thought it gave
No,
low
it didn't at
budget?
all. No, it didn't at all.
Not
Honestly,
with
it
all of
gave
those
like
products placed.
not with Sabrina Carpenter. It gave like
True.
Netflix film. Like,
Yeah. But yeah, it
although
was.
she didn't sing, I bet that's extra.
Oh yeah, that is so funny that Sabrina didn't sing and that other girl did. That
Like,
music.
what do you mean your sister sings?
I guess we have to get into the plot of it because she didn't sing in the first one either.
No,
Okay,
she
so
just gave a speech.
the plot of the
So I
second.
was so enthralled by CM's breakdown of Tall Girl that I agreed to see Tall Girl 2 with her. So we watched the second one together.
We had a
Go
great
ahead.
time watching it.
As
Okay,
always.
I honestly enjoyed the Tall Girl 2 more than Tall Girl 1. I don't know if it's because when I was watching Tall Girl 1, I was literally so upset about her only being 6'1" that like that is all I could think about the whole movie. Every time her height was mentioned, every time there was a tall joke, every time she was self-conscious because of her height, every time something happened height related, I would literally see red. I'm like, she's 6'1". This would not happen. This would not happen. She's only 6'1". So I was so upset about that I feel like it kind of ruined the experience of watching Tall Girl 1. So I think by Tall Girl 2, I had accepted it. And so because I had accepted it, I had accepted the 6'1" of it all, I could then enjoy it more. And she doesn't have much of a personality, but she definitely has more in Tall Girl 2 because it's like less about her being insecure about her height and more about her like relationships, I suppose. Her and that short man.
She's accepted it. I realized this. Actually, I was driving. I had like a really drive that I had to make for work. And I realized this when I was reflecting on Tall Girl 2. Actually, I guess we should get into the plot and then I'll you know, share my grand.
All right.
Um
I would say the plot of Tall Girl 2 is she's trying to get into a play, become a lead of a play.
she's trying to get
Musical.
into I guess she's comfortable. Like Sam said, she's become comfortable with her height. In the end, there's like this big homecoming speech, and everyone is like, "Wow, like Publix, that speech you gave after you did she win homecoming queen?
I'm
No,
just gonna say
maybe.
yes because it would make sense that she did, but I do not remember. I'll look it up.
Okay,
Well,
for
I'll
some
look it
reason
up.
she's up on the stage for homecoming and she's giving a speech. So presumably she's either winning or losing or up there with the crown talking to her peers and she's like, "So the next time you ask how the weather is up here, it's pretty great." And
Is
while
her
she's
name Kimmy?
Jody.
Okay, so no, Kimmy and Stig are crowned homecoming king and queen. So she doesn't win.
Oh, no, Kimmy is her ex-best friend.
Right. So yeah, no, she doesn't win homecoming king. Stig
Yeah,
does,
so
and
she's
Kimmy.
up there. I think she's up there to be like, "Stop mocking me," which is which works.
It's
And
so
so
incredibly brave.
so brave of her. And like you know what, they were mocking her, and so they stop. And so she goes to this play audition, and there's like a boy who remembers her speech word for word. He like recites it to her, and it's like kind of cute but kind of weird, and you're like, okay, whatever. Her ex-best friend like makes like a rude comment about like, you shouldn't even be here trying out, you stink, and then storms away. She auditions, she's good, she gets the lead in the musical. The boy, like, so she's still dating her boyfriend Dunk. They're like happy together. They show you this montage of their summer, but now there's like this chemistry with the theater boy, so you're like, okay, like what's happening here?
Okay,
Like
Miss Emotional Cheater.
yeah, relationship drama is happening. And now there's like this third, like kind of throwaway character boy. He's like also equally cute. Honestly, I thought he was the theater boy for a second because he was so like cute and well dressed. He's just like the kid in Dunk's art class who's for some reason obsessed with Jody. Do you know who I'm
Jody
talking
had
about?
for a social
Jody
outcast
had
that
hose.
yeah, for a social outcast that has such a hard time fitting in and having people like her, she sure has a lot of people that are fucking in love with her.
Yeah.
Like a lot. Like now what? This is boy number 3?
Yeah,
Boy
so
number
she's got
3.
Dunk. She's got this boy who memorized her, and he was like, "I didn't memorize your speech because you're tall or because I thought you were cute." Don't laugh. He says that. I memorized it because
I
it
didn't
resonated with me.
Can you imagine writing in the script they sat down and they wrote, "I did not memorize your speech because you're tall. I want
And he
you
says it
I
like
want
with a straight face.
complete sincerity. I want you to know that in case you're thinking that."
And so it's crazy. Also, the play is Bye Bye Birdie, if anyone's trying to visualize this in their head. I think what happened with this, because this is a Netflix original. Um, Shout out by the way to the actor who plays Dunk, because he was in American Vandal. He was fantastic in American Vandal. He was in the second season of Cruel Summer, which was the first season of Cruel Summer, incredible. The second season, honestly,
We should do the first season of Cruel Summer.
we should do the first season of Cruel Summer. But anyways, so I feel like breaks the curse of, like, you know how these big companies, Amazon, Netflix, Hulu, like they get their hooks in an actor and then they're kind of recast and recast. I feel like shout out to him for being able to go and jump between Netflix project to Hulu project to Netflix project. He must
Noah
be
Centineo could learn something from
could
this
never.
man.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
He-
He must be a really likable guy to ingratiate himself to all those people.
Netflix loves that boy down.
So what I'm sensing from Tall Girl 2 is, if we look back on a classic, beloved Netflix film, To All the Boys I've Loved Before, look at season 1. We have a weird, insecure girl, one main love interest. Will they, won't they get together? Introduce season
Oh my
2,
god.
second love interest. This is literally
Oh
following
my
their
god, it's the
roadmap.
exact same plot. I didn't even think
It's
about that. It's the
it's
exact
the
same plot.
exact same plot. And so they try to feed it to us, even down to like the throwaway third love interest character.
Yeah.
Like, and they try to make the friend group the same with like Stig and like the friend and the it's like very, very similar. And so because it's Netflix and the timing, they were like, wow, this franchise is so successful, people cannot get enough of it. What if we did a really similar storyline, but her trauma is not in fact that her sister's going away and she's shy. Her trauma is that she's tall. And then
They're like, God, that's a great idea. That's
they
the
said
best.
enough,
Because
nothing else.
remember, remember, the worst thing that can happen to a teenage girl is being above average height. It's the worst thing. Okay, so
Worst thing that ever has.
um, yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. Shout out Jenny Han for the plot, I guess. Like,
Period. They ripped her off though. And
yeah, that's
honestly, I felt like it was not as successful at all because you're the thing about
no.
Peter and
Isn't it Covey?
Covey. Covey.
Oh, no, he's Covey and something else. Wait, no.
No, it's Peter and gosh, what's her first name? You know what? It doesn't matter. The reason you're
I'll
rooting
look it
for
up while
them,
you explain.
the reason you're rooting for them is because they have this chemistry and they're such a great couple. Um, there's like very little chemistry I feel between Jody and Dunk. They spend a lot of their time
Laura Jean.
arguing.
Laura
Laura
Jean
Jean.
and Peter. I don't know what
Shoot,
Covey's
I
from.
can't believe I
Oh,
forgot.
it's
Covey. Her last name is Covey, dude.
right. Okay, I
That's what he
knew
calls
that was
her.
someone's name. Okay, yeah.
It's
Laura Jean
Covey.
and Peter.
Um,
Shout out Janelle Parrish. She follows us wherever we
oh,
go.
love Janelle Parrish. Always and forever. It's just so incredible. I also want to get your take on. I wrote the voice trademark in her head. If anyone's read 50 Shades of Grey, it's like that's well, this is what I think of for the voice, where it's like the voice in my head starts dancing the cha cha. It's like actually the voice in her head is always like, "You're
Her
so ugly and tall."
voice in her head hates her guts. And the weird thing about the voice in her head is like maybe it's her voice, but it's unclear. Like it's the voice in her head does not sound like her, which I
It's
think is
like
fascinating. My inner monologue has my voice.
it's like only her mean thoughts. It's not her sister, it's not her ex-best friend. It's like kind of this like she sounds hot, whoever she is, to be frank. The voice in her head,
But
but
like, is it
she's just
her
like
like in a speaking with a slightly deeper voice? I don't know.
if it sounds like her, but like maybe
Different.
electronically modulated to be an octave or two different.
Yeah.
Or it could just be an entirely different actress altogether. It must be when she speaks to her sister about it, Harper, because the next thing I wrote is Harper, aka Sabrina Carpenter, is so funny. Not helpful though.
Not helpful. Not helpful. She wants to be the first to know just so she can be the first not to help.
Well, because she
Um,
asked her sister, "Do you ever get like that doubting voice in your head?" And her sister's like, "No."
no, I'm the prettiest girl at the party. Bubbles probably upstairs fetching her hair so she can be that's literally Sabrina Carpenter's character.
Ugh, that's so good.
She's like, no, why would I be insecure? Have you seen me? Have you seen me?
Wait, who's the best friend who eventually? So they start setting up. Also, you have Dunk and Jody. So they set up like the core four: Dunk and
There's
Jody
Stig.
and Stig. And then who's that girl? The
Oh, I
best
forget.
friend. She's super pretty. Her name is a little difficult to pronounce.
I'll look it up.
It starts. I think it starts with an F. It's like FR, and then there's a
Frida?
couple. It might. No, I don't think it's Frida.
Let's see.
There's some tricky vowels.
For Farida.
Farida, that's what it was.
Farida. Two
So
E's.
they start up, and Sam called it immediately when we were watching it. Sam was like enemies to lovers, and I was like, oh my god, no. Because
One thing
Stig
about
keeps
me
trying.
is I'm gonna spot an enemies to lovers from a mile away. Okay, and if it doesn't happen in canon, I'm going to still ship it. Okay, that's
Period.
I don't care.
She said I'll make it happen.
I'll make it. I'll make it work. Okay.
Because I wrote, okay, the roundhouse kick to the face made me laugh, and I know that's Farida kicking Stig.
The Frida and Stig of it all. Okay, wait. So the plot basically is she's trying to get and she wants to do this play, but she has an inner voice that is like
She gets the
really.
lead in Bye Bye Birdie, but then
Does she
she's
get?
like,
Oh
but
yeah.
Kimmy is her understudy,
They like
remember?
pop champagne for her casting call. Like, oh, is it called a casting call in high school? What's it called?
It's an audition.
Yeah, her callback. Her callback.
Yeah, after she gets the role.
Also, she gets the role not because she's the most talented. Let it be frank. This girl is never going to be the most interesting thing in the room. That's like part of her like character. They're like, we're not going to let her be the coolest in the room ever.
Mm-mm.
She gets the role because the director like is like, so how can you relate? And she like does a whole monologue about. I really felt like the monologue was a personal apology to me directly because I spent the whole first movie clowning her for being not that tall. Then there's like and like making her height like as though she like was missing a vital organ or something. Um so there's this monologue, and she's like basically like, I know like being tall isn't like the worst thing in the world, but like it really did like profoundly affect my life, etc., etc. She goes on a little
What the
soap.
director asks her, like, so what would you say to someone who comes back from like war?
She's like, well, I've been at war with myself, and
She goes, well,
um,
I understand that some people are like homeless, missing limbs,
I understand that people have
unhoused.
actual problems, like the people in this play, but me, I'm tall. Okay, so but anyways, she does like a good job of explaining herself, and she charms the director, and that's how she gets the role. And then the other girl,
Not CM, but the director.
no, she didn't charm me, but she charmed the director of this, the director in the movie, and so she gets the role over Kimmy, who's the understudy. And if you remember Kimmy, she's from Tall Girl
the
One.
the shade.
She's the one who becomes homecoming queen with Stig. Anyways, so she gets the role, and then she's plagued with like crippling performance anxiety. And I feel like she gets the performance anxiety because her sister suggests it to her. She's like, oh yeah, you probably have performance anxiety. And she's like,
You
wait,
probably
what?
hate yourself.
And she's like, wait, what? And then she lets that fester, and guess what, it manifests as actual stage fright, which like that's why you shouldn't suggest psychiatric issues to people, especially when they come to you in a moment of vulnerability.
So Stig,
So
like, he's still living with Dunk and he wants his friends back. And
I
Jody
didn't
has the lead.
I didn't know that like foreign exchange students stayed that long. I had fine a foreign if I can't why can't I pronounce foreign? I had a foreign exchange student come stay with us one summer from Germany.
No
And
way.
yeah,
Wait, boy or girl?
girl. Yeah,
Cute.
she recently messaged me on Instagram after like
Are you
no
guys still
con
friends?
we were never friends. I actually have a crazy story about it. I don't know if I can tell. I don't know if I'll tell it, and I maybe in like a few like maybe in a few episodes I'll tell you the story. It's a
Mm-hmm.
crazy story. We'll
Check back.
stay tuned with us because you'll want to hear this. But I really need to
Mm-hmm.
think about if like how much I want this in the world. Anyways, yeah, so we had a German foreign exchange student for a whole summer, and
Wow.
that was long enough. She lived in my room, like
Not Charlotte.
just like
Not
not of course not my of not Charlotte's room, never Charlotte's room, always my room. But I will, yeah.
that's so crap, actually. I would
And
be like,
like my room is small, mind you. My room is smaller. Like it was,
that the shade, the parental shade.
but they don't have a favorite. Okay, they
No,
love.
no, 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 no. Parents don't have favorites.
They don't have favorites.
No.
My parents' favorite is absolutely, undoubtedly my older sister. Anyways, um, like there's no doubt that
That's
sorry.
crazy.
Um, okay. Anyways, so yeah. Anyways, Stig is like a foreign exchange student for years. Like we're on year 2 of him living with them, which I didn't realize that like they stayed that long. Didn't we have one in our high school?
Oh yeah,
Do you
we did,
remember
didn't
him?
we? Yeah.
I remember him.
I also was like, I remember people asked him, like, why'd you pick Sarasota, Florida? And he was like,
The vibes.
Florida sounded good. And I think he thought it was going to be like Disney and stuff. And it's like, it's
Nope.
not like that.
No. Anyways, so so Stig and the little guy. What's his name?
Dunk. Dunkers.
Dunk. That's funny.
His
Calling
last name is
calling a short guy Dunk, knowing that he
is
could
his name
never.
like Dunkerton or something?
Let me see. Calling a short guy Dunk, knowing he could. It's Dunkelman.
Dunkelman. But they
Jack
call him
Dunkelman.
like Dunkers, Dunk, Dunky. Like they
Calling a
call
short.
him
Calling a
all
short.
these.
Calling a short man Dunk is mean.
It is. They
Okay.
call him all these emasculating nicknames. Like, so Dunk, it's like their anniversary. This is the best. Dunkers is like, wow, I'm really crazy about Jody. It's
Oh,
my
he's been obsessed with her
anniversary.
like what their whole lives. He's obsessed
Forever.
with her. He's sick and obsessed.
So he's like, he's cooking for her. He's making all this food. Dunkers is coming out. He's like, I'm sorry, Stig comes out. He's like, what is all this that you're doing for Jody in his accent?
For some reason,
Um,
Stig's the waiter.
well, first he sees Dunkers making the stuff and Dunkers messes it all up. He ruins it. And Stig is like, I will fix this. Like, I will help you cook like food that isn't disgusting. because Dunkers totally blows it. So Stig saves the day. Turns out Stig can really cook. So not only does he cook him like an awesome 3 month anniversary like dinner for him and
Isn't this
what's
their
her
one? This is their
face
1 year, I think.
3 month,
Really?
because
Oh,
he keeps saying this has been like the best 3 months of my
oh.
whatever.
This is insane
Um,
for a 3 month anniversary.
yeah, 3 months.
1,000 candles.
He
Like,
does, and that's something he brings up because like they're arguing about. I even wrote down Jody at fault for a fight. So Stig wins back dunk with this, and frankly, all of us. He makes dinner. He waits on them. He puts his hair back in like a ponytail and like puts on like a cute waiter outfit. Makes
he,
them
em-
like really. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say he emphasizes that absolutely lethal face card.
Oh my
Um,
god, 100%.
he puts that to work finally.
And frankly, Jody, like the way I would have forgiven Stig, even though he was playing
Can
me.
you imagine you're going to your 3 month dinner anniversary and your ex situationship is like the waiter and you're in their house? Like that's crazy.
Like that's
They couldn't have done
nuts.
it anywhere else. Where
Nuts.
he
Like
does it.
y'all couldn't have gone out. Like
Yeah, no.
crazy stuff. Like I get it. You're trying to be cute. But whatever. So she's like the voice in her head starts telling her that she's like a worthless piece of shit while Dunkers is trying to like talk to her about the future and how happy she is, how happy he is to be with her. And he's like, "Babe, are you okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm just worried about like bye bye birdie and I'm like stressed about like my lines and all this stuff." And he's like, "Oh, well, if you're too stressed to do this right now, we can do this like another time." And she's like, "Oh, for real? That'd be awesome." Like we can reschedule?
Um, sorry for the silence. I was just reading about the actor that plays Dunks, and he and Sabrina Carpenter dated that year in 2019, which is blowing my mind.
That's
That's like an Ariana Grande,
crazy.
Ethan Slater type beat.
You know,
Good for them.
I think he's
Short
probably.
Kings, Short
Remember
Kings
what I
on top.
said earlier?
I'd ride or die for a Short King.
I bet he's a gentleman. I bet he's a sweetheart.
I mean, he's a good actor,
Yeah, he
so.
is. He was so good in American Vandal, both seasons. Highly recommend. Now streaming on Netflix.
All right. So what were you saying?
Um, oh, they're at dinner. Jody is like, I would love to dip out on this dinner to go learn my lines because I hate myself. And
Because
he's
she's
like,
stressed. She's stressed. She's under a lot of stress, and this man wants her to sit down and have a candlelit dinner for like a 3 month anniversary. And she's like, "I am really stressed right
yeah, but
now."
she just wants to go stare at the wall and think about how much she hates herself. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, but that's still booked and busy.
yeah, 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 yeah,
In
yeah.
my world, that's me booked and busy.
And I hear that, but like also, and so she's like, "Well, you said it was okay," and he's like, "But I didn't mean it, and I lit like 1,000 candles
It
for
was a
you."
rhetorical question.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's like, but at the same time, I think like anybody would agree that like somebody walking out on like a romantic dinner that you cooked for them,
Oh, it's mean of her for sure.
it's rude at the very least. It's very indicative of
And
like a lack of respect in the
and mind you,
relationship.
while all of this is happening, she's like getting really emotionally connected to her co-star.
Right.
Like,
And like Dunker's dad is trying to take pictures. It's fucking embarrassing for him.
yeah. Yeah, she was in the wrong for sure. For sure. He really he if I mean he did too much, sure, but she really didn't appreciate it at all. So she leaves the dinner party and Stig's like, "But I made all this food."
Stig is the comedic relief
Stig
that
is
we all
like, "Do you
need.
guys do you want it to go bag?"
And
Good
then
for
the next
Stig.
day at school, there's like they kind of like all their friends are like, "Oh my god, they're I don't know how everybody knows, but everybody knows." There's like this blatant flirting in front of her man, which is kind of like, you know what I mean? Like
Weird,
you guys
weird.
aren't, yeah, you guys aren't officially broken up yet. So everybody around them is like, feels like you guys should just like break up if you want to break up. Like everyone kind of like dares them to break up, so they like break up at lunch.
And it's weird because like they had that terrible night and like they were like, "Let's sit together at lunch." Like nothing happened. Enter tall girl two. I mean, second tall girl. Stage left.
Amazing.
So Stig has a sister We find out because she surprises him, and she like Stig is tall. She's probably as tall as the tall girl, if not taller. Doesn't come up because she, if anything, she shows us how easy it is to be tall.
The voice in Jody's head's going crazy. Like, now you're not even the only tall girl.
Yeah, it's like not only did we just break up, now there's another tall blonde girl moving into your house that's probably going to be way nicer to you than I am.
And she is way nicer to him. But to be fair, when she first gets there, she's dating like the hottest guy in wherever they're
And
from.
it's hottest guy in Sweden.
Hottest guy in Sweden. And then she gets like a few days in or a one day in. She gets word that he's cheating on her. And so they make a pact, like not to take their exes back. So even though Jody comes over to talk things out after spending like a little bit of time, it's literally the same thing as To All the Boys. Like she spends some time with the backup guy and realizes, like, I actually do love my boyfriend. And so I wrote down her movie theater trauma. I don't know what that means. Um, but they go to
No, stop, Shelby. I just read my note that says, why auditioning for play and not basketball team?
okay, reductive, stick to the status quo.
All right. Like, what is she doing in this musical when she should be on the volleyball team? Like,
I wrote down at the park with Tommy slash Conrad. I can't remember which is his real name and which is like, so it's their character name and then their character in the play name. I can't remember which is his
not
character in the
confusing at
play.
all.
Not at all.
Let's just
So I
call her.
can't
Let's
remember.
just call him her co-star.
This is her
Her
hot co-star, her
Jody's
backup guy.
hot co-star in the play
So
at
this
school.
is she's at the park with him. When he asks Jody to dance, she's like, here. It's like this beautiful big open space. Like, girl, why did you even join the musical? He's asking you to rehearse. Like, is this big open park not good enough for you or something? Like,
Yeah.
you're the leads in the musical. Like, what do you mean here? Like, yeah, bitch, here.
Yeah. And in classic co-star tradition, they're really emotionally invested in each other. Oh
They
yeah, they
kiss.
kiss. Yeah.
And she's like, wow, this kiss made me realize that, like, I'm interested in you, but confused. So she's honest. She's honest. The next day she goes to school, she's honest with her boyfriend, her ex boyfriend. It's not clear what they are. So he hates her.
It's complicated.
Yeah.
Dunks. It's complicated with dunks.
Dunkers looks so 50s with his little tucked
He
in.
does.
So
He's a pretty
50s.
timeless looking dude.
He is. Oh, do you know what I wrote down? The Jock Mock Festival, because that's where what's her name gets cheated on.
I forget about this part. I must have. There's always going to be a part in these movies where I zoned out for a bit, and
That's cool. No, that's cool.
this must be it.
So the cast party, there's like a birthday party. This is like
Oh
the
yeah, with the
climax. There's a birthday party that they're supposed to DJ together. For some reason, Dunkers and Jody are also part-time DJs and performers. So they want to DJ and sing "As Long as You Love Me" at this party together. However, there's a cast party the same night with a bonfire, and they're all supposed to go. And co-star guys like, you have to go. Like, you're the lead. Like, if we don't go, it's gonna be a whole thing and blah blah blah. So she's like, okay, I'll go for like a little bit and then I'll hit the party after. So she goes to the bonfire, and her item is this pair of like,
to be frank, stripper heels.
yeah, it's like a pair
Okay,
of, yeah, but they're
literally
designer stripper heels,
designer stripper heels.
designer stripper heels. They're actually, I didn't see the first one, but I
They've got
assume.
to be 8-inch heels. They're huge.
And imagine being a tall girl. Why would you gift a tall girl? He was like, that was like his gesture in the first movie,
He was like,
like
let's make you
a
actually socially
giraffe.
unacceptably tall.
Yeah. He said, I want people to stare at us. I want people to be like, whoa.
I want to come up to your kneecap. So
I want a
this
step stool to kiss you.
at this point a little ladder. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So he gets one. So she throws the shoes in the fire and she's like, I want to move on from Dunkers. Like, I'm done. And then she watches the shoes burn for like 30 seconds. And then she's like, no, no, I don't
No,
want to move on.
no.
She reaches for them. Someone's like, no,
Kimmy.
it's hot. No, someone tells her to stop. And then Kimmy,
This is
um,
Kimmy's redemption arc. She
yeah,
goes
because
from being
her
the villain to being this because she's moved by Jody's story about like how Jody's going through a hard time. And she's like, all right, maybe she doesn't need me to bully her anymore. And maybe I'll be nice to her now.
maybe I could just lay off a
So
little
her
bit.
character does a complete 180, but it's okay because her character was hardly developed in the first place. Um,
So she
and so
gets like a
she's,
stick.
mm-hmm. And she pulls those stripper heels straight out of the bonfire.
Still can't wear them. They're disgusting now. But it
But
was nice. It was like nice of her to do that.
and then, God, and then what?
That was so cute of Kimmy to do that. So she shows up at the karaoke party. She's like, oh my God, I have these shoes. I know how I feel. She breaks
Yeah.
up with the nice boy, the co-star boy, who's like, you didn't lead me on. Like, I was hopeful, but it's cool. Maybe someday. He like takes it like a champ.
He's gonna play the long game.
You know what else? Who else follows this formula is the kissing booth. I think Tall Girl just like couldn't.
It's the Netflix formula
It's the Netflix
of
formula.
like teen drama romances.
They couldn't get Tall Girl enough traction because it was so bad.
It's like I think it's just like hard to write actual tension for like movies like this. So instead, they're like the tension is
It's
gonna
too
be like
predictable.
the tension is gonna be another dude.
It is.
And like
And then
that.
when you never choose the other dude, it gets too predictable.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, so she shows up to the party and she sees Dunkers singing As Long as You Love Me with Stig's sister, which is like a huge betrayal because that's their song and they were supposed to perform together. But in Dunkers' defense, she's late.
Yeah. Also, like from the out on the outside, always looking in, but from the outside looking in, it looks like he's having a good time. But we, the viewer, can see from his perspective that he's actually having a shit time and he's really sad that she's not there.
Like butt ass sad. He's like
He's sad,
heartbroken.
boohoo, like boohoo sad.
Mhm.
Um, so
Really sad.
yeah.
So
Also, we should
she
say also going on the side right here during all of this stuff is Stig and Farida's like they're having a moment, which is
yeah.
weird because well, it's girl code. So Farida is falling for Stig, and mind you, Stig is Jody's ex situationship.
Well, Farida is a designer, like a costume designer. She has all these shirts, or a clothing designer, excuse me, a
Yeah,
clothing designer. And her parents like don't believe in her and like think she sucks and all this stuff. And
happens to the best.
you know
Happens,
what?
happens to the best of us.
You know what? You win some, you lose
You win
others.
some, you lose some. You sometimes your parents only want superstars, and when you're not that, they're like, "What am I gonna do with you? I can't put you in the recycling."
You know what? Sometimes when you roll a gutter ball, when you
Sometimes you have kids that are absolute strikeout, fucking awesome superhumans, and then you have ones that are like,
sometimes you hit it
no.
out of the park.
Then you have other ones that are like, literally. Then you have other ones that are like, no, mom, I want to follow my passion. I'm an artist. And they're
Sometimes
like,
you have
ugh.
artists,
And
and
her
it's
parents
like,
are like, please, 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 you're a
I'm
black
not
girl in
an
America.
artist.
You're a black girl in America. We just want you to have a financially stable, sound background. And she's like,
He said, no, I have dreams. I'm a dreamer. I have a soul. I'm a poet.
I'm an artist. I have a poet's heart. What do you want me to do? You want me to work a 9 to 5 with my poet's heart? I can't.
Please.
Please, I can't
This
do
heart
it.
doesn't run on company time.
You think people who have poetry in their soul can clock in? Like that's cruel. Exactly. Anyway, so
Literally.
she wants to be a t-shirt or a designer, and so she's selling all these shirts, and the shirts sell out, which Stig announces at her birthday dinner. She's like, "Oh my god!" Like her family's so proud. Like she
They're like, oh
has
my God, that's so cool.
come to find out, Stig, who's got a big fat crush on Farida, bought all of the shirts.
Like she's like, oh, can I put my crap in the trunk of your car? And he's like, yeah, sure. Oh wait, no. And then
Dun dun dun.
can't. And so she's like, how could you do this, you idiot? And then they kiss and it's cute.
Yeah.
Um
This is a really incestuous friend group. They're all
It
dating each
is.
other.
She's like, I can't because you're my friend's situationship, and he's like, well, nothing really happened between us. So then they go to the dance. The dance happens.
Stig said Black Queens forever, Snow Bunnies never. I said
Period.
Black Queens forever, Snow Bunnies never.
One thing
Yeah.
I will say about Stig and Farida is like, while it is notable that every character steals the scene from Jody, the best friends to enemies.
All of the side, every single side character is more interesting than Jody. Every single one is more compelling, without
Mm-hmm.
fail. Kimmy had that complete 180 in her personality and character, and she still like was more interesting and had more growth than Jody.
Dunkers forgives her, but I like don't remember why or like really even what
I
does she
don't.
say to him?
I
Like
don't
she
remember.
shows up at the dance and she's like, no, he shows up at the play.
One of
Fuck,
them shows up somewhere.
how does it?
Anyways, I feel like it's not that it's inconsequential because
It doesn't really matter.
the main point of this movie is not necessarily their relationship, though they do reconcile. It's about her overcoming her stage fright to be in this musical, which she does.
She does, and she sings well.
Yeah, you have to watch. It's just like Riverdale, where like you're watching something. There's no singing, and you're like, all right, there's no singing in this. This is fine. I mean, we love a musical, but it's weird to even call these a musical because suddenly there's like a 20-minute interlude of singing.
I think she like opens up to him about like, oh, it wasn't you, it was like the voice in my head, but like it's kind of
Yeah,
like so
they
Jody.
reconcile.
Yeah, Jody's like the cause of all her own problems the whole time, which is like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Anyways, she overcomes her fear. She does great in the musical, and
Legend has it she got her legs sawed off.
and legend has it she's still growing to this day. It's a pituitary gland issue.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that's Tall Girl 2. I'm still not over it. I'm happy for Stig and Farida
I'm
working
still
out.
not over the fact that it got a sequel. Um,
Yeah, I mean it's just because the first one was so popular. But the question we must ask is why was the I don't know. Maybe it's because
must have
we're
been people leaving it on for their dog.
Shelby. Maybe it's because we're grown as women, and these were
How
movies.
dare you point that out?
These are movies made for 14-year-old girls.
That's crazy.
Like
It's a
maybe
crazy read.
it could be. I'm here to announce that it could be because we are by no means the intended audience for this.
That's great. That's a crazy read.
I had to address the elephant in the room. It wasn't us.
Damn, damn,
It
damn,
wasn't.
damn, damn.
It wasn't us that they were trying to impress.
The producers are sitting up in the cloud like, stop watching teen movies.
We're like, we can't. We're addicted. Yeah. They're like,
We're
this
like,
was made for. They
no.
were like, this was made for middle and high school young women, and you guys are
Literally.
grown women.
They're like,
Okay,
sorry,
why are
not
you?
for you.
They're like, why are you guys watching this? You have college degrees.
They're like, sorry, you were not the intended audience.
By any stretch of the imagination. So, but
It's
other than
okay.
that, I think it was a
I can't
plus. I
say I
wasn't.
recommend it, but it is kind of like
It's like if you
entertaining.
need something on, it's
Yeah.
like it's one of those.
If
They
you're
did
like cleaning your bathroom.
they did their best.
Yeah.
I'm
And
kind
the
of still.
cast has chemistry.
I'm still not over the. Apparently, the cast had a lot of chemistry. If Sabrina
Hmm.
Carpenter and Dunk's actor whatever
Oh
his name.
yeah, a lot of chemistry if they were dating.
I will say there's a scene when they're in the cafeteria, and like for some reason the camera's really focused on like their school food lunch trays, and that was like made me a little nauseous. I'm not gonna
Oh, it
lie,
was
it was
very
weird.
triggering.
It,
Triggering.
it was the food looked disgusting, but besides that, that's my only main critique. Besides, everything else.
Gnarly.
But yeah, I mean, if you're like a 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old girl, you'd probably like it. And like I do think that like there's a lot, like it's nice to see. I always have to end on a positive note after hating for 30 minutes straight. I do want to say that I think that like it's nice to see someone overcome like stage fright and like the fear of performance and the fear of being seen, and she does overcome that. and that's nice as well. I also think it's cool that, like, because in a lot of these movies it's like the hot new young guy wins the girl, and I will say it's cool that, like, she ends up with, like, her childhood best friend who, like,
Loyalty.
she ends up, like, yeah, with her childhood best friend who has, like, loved her his whole life, and I think that's nice as opposed to if she had ended up with Stig. So there's
Um,
that.
or the hot new co-star who's not taller than her, but he is like
A little taller
five
than Dunk.
five nine.
Yeah,
Dunk, who's like 5'6".
generous. Yeah, but yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I think it did what it wanted to do.
Well, we're still not over it.
We're still not
Tune
over
in
it.
next week to see if Sam's gonna tell us a little story.